Hi everybody, welcome back to Fiscal Friday. This is Best Buyers with a Generation Empowered. Tomorrow is Independence Day, so I've put on my patriotism to talk freedom, finances, and the future of our country. If you slept through history, the Revolutionary War started in April 1775 in resistance to taxes imposed by the British Parliament. King George taxed colonists for military purposes. Colonists felt it was unconstitutional. Insert war here, we all know who won. America. On July 4th, 1776, the Continental Congress approved the final wording of the Declaration of Independence. Almost 100 years later, in 1870, July 4th was declared a national holiday. Wow, let's fast forward a few hundred years and look at the evolution of our independence. Well, we're still funding wars. According to the Overseas Contingency Operations Fund, War Fund, taxpayers have spent $1.64 trillion on the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. Hidden in this fund is an estimated $100 billion in non-war spending for the Pentagon to bypass budget caps. What's not included in this $1.6 trillion estimate? Future war costs, medical care for soldiers and veterans, and interest payments on the debt incurred by funding all these wars. So maybe excessive war is a little unpatriotic. Let's look elsewhere. President Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act in 1935, creating an economic safety net for millions of Americans. This pay-as-you-go program benefits retirees, disabled persons, and their families. Are we free to be socially secure? Not quite. According to the Social Security Administration's annual trustees report, the program ran a $76 billion deficit in 2013, and the trust fund will be depleted by 2034. It's criminal the U.S. government forcibly takes our income under the guise of retirement. Government knows best. Moreover, who would trust a government $19 trillion in debt to save for their future? All right, Social Security needs an insecurity rebranding. What about healthcare? We have the freedom to choose that, right? Not under the Affordable Care Act. The government forces you to buy healthcare or pay a fee. If Americans opt out, they pay the Orwellian-named individual shared responsibility fee. Thanks, Big Brother. For 2015, this fee is $325 per adult, or 2% your taxable income, whichever is greater. Of course. War, Social Security, healthcare, why not throw in some taxation without representation? The income tax is an annual tax collected by the Fed, most states, and some local governments on an individual or business's net profit. For most people, this tax is impossible to escape, unless you're a special interest group or big corporation.
The sense of voluntary compliance which underlies our entire tax system.
The federal estate tax is the worst, as the government is profiting off death. Well, that's comforting considering they control our health care. Also known as the death tax, it's a tax on the estate transfer of a deceased person. Under current law, assets totaling more than $1 million are taxed at a rate of 55%. When someone dies, the last thing a family should worry about is paying taxes. Tax your life, tax your death. Why not tax investments too? Oh wait, they do. Capital gains include stocks, bonds, precious metals, and property. The capital gains tax is a tax on these profits, and it's only paid at the time of sale. If you buy a house, you sell it, and you turn a profit, the government still gets a cut.
The no-taxions' lack of skilled tax leaders has resulted in a widespread case of confusion.
Taxes, fees, and forced retirement. Are Americans truly free, or are we beholden to politicians running us trillions in debt? What would our founding fathers think? I'm sure DHS would consider them domestic terrorists. This is Best Buyers, signing off. Happy Independence Day, and remember, it's your generation and you're empowered.
Freedom.